Tonight on Nebraska Nightly.
A UNL club's walk for suicide prevention.
Chancellor Ronnie Green's retirement.
Plus results from the Lincoln mayoral election. This is Nebraska Nightly.
Live from the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications, this is Nebraska Nightly.
Welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Reed Greger.
And I'm Elena Tomish. Our top story for today, the vote is in for the May 2nd election. Larian Gaylor Baird is set for her second term as the mayor of Lincoln and the surrounding Lancaster County. Baird carried the election with 60% of the vote, whilst her opponent Suzanne Geist held just 39%. While results are still being finalized as of right now, the new representatives for Lincoln districts are Taylor Wyatt for District 1, Tom Duden for District 2, Elina Newman for District 3, and Brody Weber for District 4. All four of these elected council members are new to the political sphere.
It is 2/3 of the way into this year's state legislative session, and only one bill has been signed into law. LB 77 allows Nebraskans to conceal a firearm without a permit, a controversial move in the wake of multiple mass shootings. Nebraska Nightly's Rebecca Heckel reports on what the bill does and how constituents are reacting.
This is what democracy sounds like!
Not even to the halfway mark of 2023, and there have already been more than 150 mass shootings across the United States. Multiple mass shooting incidents happened in schools, something that scares parents and students alike.
I worry, I fear for my children and my grandchildren that something devastating like this could happen at their school.
While there's no decided on definition of mass shooting, it could be categorized as an incident where at least 4 people are injured or killed. And despite the steady rise in gun violence in recent years, the Nebraska unicameral legislature recently voted to pass LB 77, which allows Nebraskans to conceal a handgun without needing a permit.
I don't understand why we're loosening laws when we're in trouble already as a nation.
State Senator Tom Brewer of Gordon introduced the constitutional carry bill and says it doesn't have as great an impact as people are making it out to be.
The bill doesn't change any of the current places that you can carry concealed. It's really tailored for a very small part of the society in reality, the part that wants to have the right from both the U.S. Constitution and especially the Nebraska Constitution, because there it's very specific to protecting your home, your business, your family.
Brewer also says the bill is tailored to provide greater protections for people in rural communities that don't have any police presence, and it doesn't change the requirements to buy a gun or change the places where concealed carry is already banned, such as school grounds.
What I would tell them is maybe step back and don't use as much emotion as you do, your ability to read and think.
And though Brewer assures the bill won't change much about current gun laws, some constituents say those in government aren't listening to them.
That's not what I want, and a lot of people don't want it. So why would that pass? I don't get it.
The bill was signed into law right here at the Capitol by Governor Jim Pillen on April 25th, making Nebraska the 27th state to allow constitutional carry of a firearm. Rebecca Heckel, Nebraska Nightly.
Though Governor Pillen signed the bill into law in April, it won't actually take effect until 90 days after it was signed, which will be on July 24th.
University of Nebraska-Lincoln Chancellor Ronnie Green bids farewell to his time at the university. Green is in the university's 20th chancellor and has been in his role for the past 7 years after he assumed the position in May of 2016. He announced his retirement in December of last year, and there will be a farewell open house on Thursday, May 11th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Earl G. Maxwell Arboretum on East Campus.
Poverty and economic inequality continues to be a worldwide issue that includes what people wear on their feet. Cornhusker Bank partners with People's City Mission to hold their annual A Day Without Shoes drive. Their purpose is to spread the importance of shoes. Now in its 13th year, the shoe drive happens every April. People are able to donate a pair of shoes at collection sites. Don't worry if you couldn't get to a drop site in April. The Cornhusker Bank and the People's City Mission accept shoe donations year-round.
And speaking of shoes, to kick off Mental Health Awareness Month, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention hosted the Out of the Darkness Walk.
These walks are regularly hosted on campuses nationwide to generate awareness for mental health issues and help raise funds for suicide prevention research. Nebraska Nightly's Marissa Lindman reports about mental health efforts at UNL.
Suicide is not the easiest topic to talk about for anyone, whether you've lost someone close to you or not. It affects everyone in all different ways.
Officials of the National Institute for Mental Health say suicide is the third leading cause of death among college-age individuals.
I'm here outside the Union, where UNL's Out of the Darkness Walk is about to begin. The students here are raising awareness and funds to prevent suicide.
Out of the Darkness is a campus organization that works with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
We aim to kind of create a positive environment, promote mental well-being, and obviously prevent suicide.
Participants at the walk wore a variety of beads to symbolize their connection to suicide prevention. Each color represents a way suicide has impacted their lives.
Ran out of purple, so I got a rainbow one, but it works. For my cousin that I lost. Then this one's just for supporting, and then this one is for myself, my parents, and my sisters who all struggle with anxiety and depression.
For students who are struggling with mental health, help is available. Students can visit counseling and psychological services in the health center. A full list of more resources is available on the UNL website.
The message that I want to send and that kind of our walk sends is that there's hope. It's okay to struggle with your mental health. It's okay to not be okay, but what's important is that there are people who care for you.
Marissa Lindemann, Nebraska Nightly.
UNL's Out of the Darkness chapter raised almost $7,500 from the event. Those funds will go to suicide prevention resources and programming.
To participate in future suicide prevention walks or to find more available resources, visit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention website. Well, it was a sunny week, but we haven't seen much rain. Meteorologist Dominic Ferrero has more on if this drought is ending anytime soon. Dominic?
Well, it's been a dry couple weeks here in the capital city and most of the central United States. Looking at your drought monitor, most of the state in an extreme drought with the northeastern corner in an exceptional drought. Looking ahead to your drought forecast, most of the eastern side of the state will continue to see drought conditions persist. However, western side near the panhandle, we could see a little bit of an improvement, and even to the northern parts of the state, that drought being lifted. After the break, I'll have your current conditions and the week ahead. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Dominic. Coming up next, an increase in drug overdoses during the pandemic.
Alleged attacks on Vladimir Putin.
Plus an update on the U.S. debt ceiling deadline. All coming up after the break.
Of the 40 million tons of plastic waste generated in the U.S. in 2021, only 5%, or 2 million tons, was recycled. Make sure you do your part in keeping Anderson Hall clean. For more information on recycling statistics, visit epa.gov today.
Toilets can use 5 to 7 gallons per flush, making it the main source of water use in a home. You can lose more than 20 gallons of water a day from a single drippy faucet. Kitchen faucets use about 1.5 to 2 gallons per minute, whereas older faucets use more water. Wasting water is wasting time. Stop water waste now.
Welcome back. We actually want to make a correction with those election results. James Michael Bowers won District 1 with 53% of the votes, and Justin Carlson won District 3 with 61% of the votes. I'm sure we can all agree that we cannot wait for summer. Let's hear from Dominic Ferrero to hear more about this week's forecast. Dominic?
Well, here in Lincoln, school is just about out for summer. However, right now, not really looking too much like summer. Currently overcast skies. 63 degrees, winds south-southeast at 10 miles an hour. Looking into tonight, mostly cloudy, chance of a stray thunderstorm or two as we get past the midnight hour, looking at a low of 59 degrees. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. However, if we get some storms, would not be surprised if that gusts up to 20. Looking into the start of your weekend on Saturday, showers early on, but that'll move to partly cloudy skies and a high of 85 degrees. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Your current surface analysis. We got a warm front pushing up from the Gulf of Mexico, bringing us some hot, humid air. However, a cold front's following behind that, and that will give us the chance for rain later on this week. Looking ahead to this week, 83 degrees, partly cloudy skies for tomorrow. Moving into 87 degrees, partly cloudy skies, chance of a shower or two this weekend. Starting off your week on Monday, mostly sunny, 84 degrees. Then we move into the middle of your week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all mid-80s. Still can't eliminate that chance for rain, and we'll end your week on Friday with a chance of scattered thunderstorms and a high of 83 degrees. Looking at your summer, areas across the central Midwest and Great Plains, looking about average temperatures for the rest of your summer. However, down into the American Southwest and along the East Coast here, looking to be well above your average temperatures, and looking to be slightly above average in the Pacific Northwest. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Dominic. Well, you know, Reed, I love the warm weather, but I hate the humidity.
I absolutely cannot stand it in the slightest.
Moscow is claiming that Ukraine tried to assassinate President Vladimir Putin with drone strikes on the Kremlin last night. Videos are circulating claiming to show the alleged attacks, but at this stage we can't verify them. Moscow is calling the alleged strikes a terrorist attack and says it reserves the right to retaliate. Ukraine denies any involvement, saying it does not attack other countries.
The U.S.'s debt ceiling drama may no longer be stuck on the floor. The top 4 congressional leaders, including House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, have been invited to discuss the matter next week at the White House. John Lorink reports as the federal government heads closer to default.
The U.S. debt ceiling deadline might be less than a month away.
The pressure is mounting and intensifying, and it should.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen issued a statement Monday telling lawmakers the nation could default on its debt as soon as June 1st.
We pay our bills, and we should do so without reckless hostage-taking from some of the mega Republicans in Congress.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy have been invited to the White House on May 9th to talk about the crisis.
We've got to do it. $31 trillion and counting is too tenuous for the American people to absorb any longer.
According to a White House official, Biden will stress a debt ceiling raise must come without any spending cuts. McCarthy's Limit, Save, and Grow Act of 2023, which passed through the House last week, calls for boosting the debt ceiling, but it trims the budget.
This is not the way to do things, to hold the entire economy hostage to your political agenda.
Democratic Senator Joe Manchin released a statement saying that he hopes the White House invite is sincere and that President Biden will, quote, show true leadership and finally put politics aside and the well-being of our nation first. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
A source familiar with the matter says McCarthy has accepted Biden's invitation to meet on May 9th. The two have not met since February.
Drug overdose deaths in the U.S. rose to record levels during the COVID-19 pandemic. The numbers are in a new report the CDC released on Wednesday. It describes the deadly rise of fentanyl connected to drug overdose deaths across the country. The report found fentanyl is much more likely to be involved in a deadly overdose than other common drugs. In 2021, nearly 70,000 people died in the U.S. of drug overdoses involving fentanyl. The drug can be 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine.
Coming up next,
highlights from the Nebraska volleyball spring game.
Another loss for Husker baseball.
And Appreciation Day for 2 senior softball players, all after the break.
Need for blood never stops. And at the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, your blood could help save lives. Right now, only 7% of the population donates blood. But imagine if there were more.
We're sitting at below a 7-day level of supply of all blood types across the board. So every blood type is important, and we need all donors of all types to come in and donate right now.
At the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, they believe that all types make a strong blood supply.
Welcome back. We've got about a month left of the spring sports season, and Nathan Hawkins has the latest. Nathan, what's going on in the sports world?
Well, Central City, Nebraska has a population of just over 3,000. Last Saturday, it was a lot more. 2,100 fans packed the Bison Activity Dome in Central City for Nebraska volleyball's exhibition spring game against Wichita State. The squad sporting a newer look this year, no seniors on the entire team, while 5 freshmen joined the program. It's our first look at the young squad in action. To Central City, the Bison Activity Dome is rocking. Set 1. Get used to this name, Harper Murray, the #2 recruit in the nation last year, making an impact immediately. Later in the first set, Lexi Rodriguez, can you dig it? Lindsey Krause can. The Huskers take set 1, 25-20. Set 2 now. Florida transfer Merritt Beeson. She sends that one back to the swamp. Later in the set, it's freshman Harper Murray again. The newcomer with a team-high 12 kills, and the Huskers take set 2, 25-21. Third set, Wichita State on the attack now with an overpass, and the youngsters are staying active. This time it's Andy Jackson with a rejection at the net. Match point now, freshman Bergen Riley, the setter, sets it to Andy Jackson, and the Huskers win it in straight sets, and the freshmen put on a show in Central City.
This felt like it's a Final Four in a way, just with the gifts, everything we went to, the hotel, how it was all set up. I mean, that's what it feels like. You go to Final Four, you get all, everybody's just fired up. You're there, giving you gifts and treating you, giving the red carpet treatment.
That's the reason we all chose Nebraska, was we know the fans are just going to show out every game, and this was 2,000, 3,000, and we know Devaney can fit 8,000, and we sold out Memorial, so there's a lot to look forward to.
The present volleyball team wasn't the only thing that shined this week. A legend from the past made waves as well. Former Husker and Olympic gold medalist Jordan Larson announced he's returning to the national stage after previously planning on retirement from international play. Larson competed in her first Olympics in 2012, 4 years after writing her name all over NU's record books. She's competed in every Olympics since, leading Team USA to their first ever gold medal finish in 2020. For her performance in the game, she was awarded tournament MVP. Prior to that event, she said it would be her last go at international play. But now, if she competes in the 2024 games, the former Husker would be the second oldest U.S. volleyball Olympian ever at 37 years old. Over at baseball, it's been a rocky road for Nebraska as of late. They entered this week losing 5 of their last 8 games. They look to get back on track with a home bout against North Dakota State on Wednesday night. To Haymarket Park we go. Top of the first inning, North Dakota State with 2 on, and the Bison say bye ball. A 3-run shot by Drew Sackett. They score 2 more in the first to take a 5-run lead right out of the gate. Third inning, Huskers trailing by 6 now. Cole Evans, that's not a bat in his hands, that's a shovel trying to dig the Huskers out of the hole. A solo shot to right field. Very next batter, Bryce Matthews. He's doing his best Drake impression, going back to back. Huskers tack on another in the inning to trail 6-3. That's a score in the 9th now with Bryce Matthews at the plate again. 2 outs, 1 on, and we're not going home just yet. Second homer of the game for Bryce Matthews gets the Huskers within 1. But next up at the plate, Casey Burnham strikes out swinging. And the Huskers' midweek woes continue. Losing 6-5, they've now dropped 6 of their last 9 games.
They did a good job executing their pitches, but I don't think as a team we competed enough in the box, taking walks and passing the bat to each other.
16 strikeouts. We hit 4 home runs, but it was just very individualistic. Not much team takedown as far as just taking our walks when we needed to take them. Just hitting the ball back hard through the middle. Just a lot of selfish at bats.
Baseball is off to College Park, Maryland for a weekend series with the 23rd ranked Terrapins. But here at home this weekend, it's Fan Appreciation Week at Bowling Stadium. That means free crew necks, t-shirts, and belt bags for fans. But with it being the last series of the regular season, it's also time for senior appreciation. Both Courtney Wallace and Maya Felder are playing their last home games for the Huskers. Courtney Wallace, a team captain the last few years, is in her 5th season as a starter for Nebraska. A homegrown Husker from Papillion, she's appeared in 141 games over the last 5 seasons, more than half of those as a starter. Maya Felder transferred from Oregon in 2021. She was second-team All-Big Ten with the Huskers last year. She's also the first Husker ever to work on her PhD while competing in a Division I sport. Both seniors will be honored on Saturday.
Well, Nathan, I can't even imagine being a Husker athlete while knowing you're going to get your PhD. I'm definitely not getting my PhD, and I'm not an athlete. So.
I mean, she got her bachelor's degree in 3 years. It's taking me 4.5 years. Like what are we doing? We're in different leagues here. It's crazy. She's actually one of only 3 Big Ten student athletes to be working on her PhD right now.
Incredible.
Really accomplished individual.
That's so awesome. Well, coming up next, cockroaches at the Met Gala.
The Haymarket Farmers Market makes its return.
And fun ways you can celebrate Cinco de Mayo, all after the break.
Never stops. And at the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, your blood could help save lives. Right now, only 7% of the population donates blood. But imagine if there were more.
We're sitting at below a 7-day level of supply of all blood types across the board. So every blood type is important, and we need all donors of all types to come in and donate right now.
At the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, they believe that all types make a strong blood supply.
Many of the brands you love don't love animals like you do. Look at the labels of products you use for a bunny logo signifying they don't lab test on animals. Check the label for those who aren't able. Start making the shift by visiting crueltyfreekitty.com today.
It's a big weekend here in Lincoln, and Nebraska Nightly's Madeline Fox has all the details. Madeline, what's going on this weekend?
Thanks, Reed. The Met Gala took place Monday, where many celebrities showcased outfits honoring Karl Lagerfeld. While many celebrities shined in their looks, the obvious standout was a cockroach. As people were waiting for the last guest, the cockroach took the carpet by storm. Unfortunately, the cockroach only had a few moments of fame because it was stomped on moments after its fashion debut. Rest in peace. For a look at all of the non-cockroach looks, Vogue.com has you covered. The 46th annual Lincoln Marathon and Half Marathon will take place May 7th, starting at 7 a.m. The runners start at South 16th and K and run through the many major landmarks of Lincoln, such as the Children's Zoo, the State Capitol, and Memorial Stadium. All ages are eligible for up to $2,000 for winning first place, $1,000 for second place, and $500 for third place. For those looking for a challenge or for a volunteer opportunity this weekend, you can find more information on lincolnmarathon.org. After months of cold weather and anticipation, the farmers market is finally back. Starting tomorrow and every Saturday until October 14th, people can enjoy the market in the Haymarket. Come support local vendors with an assortment of baked goods, veggie spreads, and so much more. The market will be open from 8 a.m. until noon. For more information on future farmers markets, go to downtownlincoln.org. If you're looking for a way to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, Art Soul of Lincoln has you covered. You can enjoy a cooking class tonight at 5:30 p.m. featuring fresh guacamole, Baja fish tacos with mango salsa, and churros with chocolate. For those who are 21 and over, one margarita is included as a welcome drink. Ticket information can be found on eventbrite.com. And that's your entertainment for the week. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Madeline. Tonight we are going to end on a fun note. A new park is officially in the works for South Haymarket. Nebraska Nightly's Jackson Atwell says that it will consist of bike trails, a dog park, a playground, a water park, and a state-of-the-art skate park.
Lincoln is ramping up with the announcement of its new in-ground skate park.
All of the cool videos you see and stuff like that are all in-ground pool type parks. So it'll be awesome to have one of those in Lincoln nearby.
The skate park is estimated to be 40,000 square feet, more than double the size of all Lincoln's current skate parks combined. Phil Bircher, the founder of the Lincoln Skate Parks Association, says that the park will provide skaters of all ages a safer place to skate.
If your city doesn't have a skate park, it is a skate park, which means the kids are out in the street, they're out in places where they might get hit by a car or something else might happen to them. You give them a skate park where it's much safer, it's designed to be skateboarded, it's safer in that way as well.
South Haymarket Park will act as the main skate park in Lincoln. Smaller neighborhood parks like Peter Pan Park and Tierra will continue to be built around Lincoln to accommodate the spread of roller sports across the city.
The city definitely seems way more aware of the fact that a lot more people are doing things like skateboarding and inline skating and BMXing and all that sort of stuff, as opposed to uniform sports or team sports or whatever.
The park will also give older kids and students more things to do in their pastime.
From my experience, skate parks are a very communal spot for a lot of different types of people to hang out.
The entire park will cost $15 million to construct, and the skate park is estimated to be $2.1 million.
The park is set to break ground in 2024, and it will open up in 2025. I'm Jackson Atwell, reporting for Nebraska Nightly.
You know, Reed, the park looks like it would be a lot of fun.
You're right, Elena. I'm going to have to go and try and check it out once it's built.
Yeah, same.
Thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you this Tuesday, May 9th, for our last show of the semester.